Previously on
What a
Ballz.
big rugby show today. I think we've basically spoken to everybody that's been part of or of the coaching staff for the last 2 decades.
Yes, over the last few days.
Interesting thread through all the different thoughts and stuff like that. And someone else who was part of the coaching setup until recently was Percy Montgomery.
How's it down, kids? I should be saying anything.
Well, we did but you were the kicking coach, so yeah. And I'm sure you had a few other ideas you threw in there as well.
Yeah, I think we should all get fired, you know. I think it's just unacceptable.
First of all, before we get tap your brain on that stuff, let's find out how's it going with you. Are you busy at the moment? Although I think it's not as nice as it was this weekend in Cape Town. But are you sitting there looking out over the ocean from your flat there, somewhere in the Camps Bay area?
Well, it's a bit cloudy today, so I'm a bit disappointed, and the surf's not too great. There's a bit of a different wind blowing, so it's not too great today, but I'm sure it'll pick up during the week, towards the weekend.
Yeah, it is. I think it's getting warmer again as we get closer to that, but you've got a couple of lurking winter days still coming up tomorrow and the next day.
Which is not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing. So how's it going otherwise?
No, it's still trying to keep busy, you know, but just doing a bit of work with SA Legends, getting the odd golf day and trying to keep fit for this Bermuda Classic at the end of the year, which is everyone's talking about. So I'm quite excited about that. So I am actually in the gym and trying to get on the road, trying to get my cardio in. Trying to keep fit.
I was in the sports science gym over the weekend. It was the hardest treadmills I've ever had to deal with. I don't know why.
I don't know. I haven't been there since my Western Province days.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, some treadmills are different to others, which is very weird. First of all, tell us about the Bermuda thing. What's that?
It's in November. They've been trying to get me there every year. It's the SA Legends. I think it's a World Classic in Bermuda. It happens once a year, and so it'll be nice just to get together with some of the ex-players and have a bit of fun. But it's apparently quite tough rugby, so I'll have to do a little bit of training for that, which is also a good thing.
All right. And you mentioned the golf day. Obviously, you're talking about the Springbok Supporters Club and SA Rugby Legends golf day.
Yeah, there's a couple of golf days. I think it's the one where, hopefully the Sharks make the semis. I think it's on the 20th of October, something like that. So hopefully they make it so I can come and support you guys after the golf day on Saturday.
Monty still putting his Sharks colours on, eh?
Well, it depends. If they play Stormers, then I'm sitting between.
I was going to ask you, so if it's a Sharks Stormers game, who do you support?
Yeah, I'm stuffed either way.
It sounds like he's leaning a little bit towards the Sharks. Have you still got your spot in Edgecombe there?
No, sold that.
Is it?
Yeah.
I never went there, but I stalked it a couple of times outside.
Nice.
All right, so you're going to be involved in those golf days. Just a reminder again, the one that I think we have got a 4-ball that we're giving away for that one's the one at Copperleaf, all in aid of autism. It's brought to you by Dunlop. So get hold of Danielle at treblegroup.co.za if you want to be part of that, and you can hobnob with some great names like Percy Montgomery at that big. Very nice. Right, let's tap into a bit of. So I'm just reading a tweet here from Knox, who works with us. Says you featured at least one pastor's Sunday sermon for the duration of the 2007 World Cup. What was your pastor saying about Monty?
Dude, let me tell you, Monty is his favorite rugby player, so he would make an example of Monty. He'll find somehow to use
get Monty into his into his
love
sermon.
Yeah, his love for Monty. So, you know bounds. I'm telling you.
You see, Monty, you don't know where your name who's or where you're featuring at.
We knew Percy Montgomery's name was going to come up.
Yeah, there we go. You featured in Sunday Mass.
That's cool. I knew that.
Yeah, right. Now, obviously, been watching what's happening at the moment. A lot of people have.
Yes.
Everyone has a lot of opinions about things. Generally, things aren't going too well results-wise with the team. What are your thoughts? You've been watching. What do you think?
Yeah, to be honest, the last game, they played really well. I think. Obviously, Morna's getting a bit of stick at the moment with these kicking it, but I've been in that situation before, and as a youngster with the young child breathing down his neck, so I'm sure he's got a huge pressure. But I think as a team, I think they're obviously trying to find themselves. Want to find their right combinations. Obviously, it's we want results as quick as possible. But I think they've got to keep their heads up, and work a lot. It's a new team, and it's build the combinations, build the team spirit, and build culture there. It's just a matter of just regrouping and it'll get better game by game. But it's difficult to win in New Zealand anyway, But I mean, they really put in a good effort.
Yeah, we should have won that game. You make a very good point there, and I don't think we've discussed this with anybody, but I mean, you are one of those people that's gone through what potentially, because Hanneke said he's not just abandoning Mornay Steyn.
Yeah.
So there's a good chance that he might play him in the two home tests. Now he wouldn't have had this wouldn't have offered itself as an opportunity before, but you know very well what it's like to play in front of your home fans when they boo you.
Yeah.
And Brian went through the same thing. Was it last year, Brian Abana, when he was booed on the field?
In PE.
Now I would not. I mean, in fact, I would say it's almost fait accompli that if Mornay starts, his first kick goes wrong or something goes wrong in the game.
Exactly.
It's going to happen, which is wrong.
I think that's where Hanneke must just take the initiative and just sort of protect him a little bit. I think that's what Jake did with me as well, and and just protect him a little. Let the other young file come through a bit and gain a bit of experience, for the future. And Mornay will never be out of the picture. He's got the BPMT, the big match temperament. We've seen him winning the Lion Series for us. So he's a great kicker, and like I always said, kickers win test matches, and that's important.
Yeah. Well, you worked with him, obviously, in the Springbok setup. You know the guy very well. We know what he can do. He's not. It's just not working for him. He's goal kicking at the moment. Are you watching it from a critical eye, going, trying to see maybe where you would, see where he might, I mean, it's a matter of probably tenths of a % of something that might be going wrong. Or not.
It's a bit difficult to analyze from the TV, But I mean, just if I could give him any advice, just stick to the basics. We know what he's doing, and don't try and change anything, and just keep doing what he's doing. Maybe it's just more of a mental thing, and maybe the pressure was a little bit there, but he must just try and block it out and stick to the basics.
Yeah, I was saying a little earlier on, a lot of it could just be a confidence issue. Do you think is it?
Definitely, man. I mean, you got a youngster breathing down your neck as well, and there's huge criticism in the press. I mean, it's not a nice space to be, but I think that's for your teammates, and he's just got to be strong, and he's got the mental toughness, and he must just work it out in his head and be positive and turn the negative into a positive.
Yeah. So, I mean, based on what we saw, all other aspects of the game, and maybe the kicking was the one aspect which had let us down a bit, not the fact that they were, but it's how the execution wasn't quite working, which is probably the one area. If we can get that right, I've got a feeling that we could win these last two.
Well, we have to, as we're on home soil, and I think there'll be a nice sort of buzz in the team, and the guys will be happy from touring and coming back to South Africa, being with their families, and I think there'll be nice buzz in the team, and I'm sure the fans will want to see a win, and will definitely be behind the team.
All right, we're going to speak to your old mate in a short while, in about 15-20 minutes. That's Gary Gold up in Bath.
Gary Gold, GG.
Yeah, so maybe you can catch us on 91.3 down there, by the way. Just on your wireless, Monty, if you didn't know, now you know.
I'll put my wireless on, sorry.
Get wireless on 91.3 and listen to your old mate.
I will.
Lovely to catch up with you, man. Look after yourself, all the best, and good luck with the endeavours, the golf, and the trip to Bermuda as well, and getting yourself into. I don't think you really have too much work to do to get yourself into shape, but with the getting back to fitness.
I don't like it. The hotel is really tough,
Yeah,
you deserve it, but
Mons, thanks a lot for chatting to.
When I'm up there, I'll give you a shot.
Yeah, I must do, boss. All the best, eh?
Cheers, Monty.
Cheers, Mons. Ciao, bye.
Bye-bye.
There we go. Percy Montgomery joining us on Ballz Visual Radio this afternoon. Now going to find his wireless. Doesn't strike me as someone who's got a wireless. Yeah, he's
Ghetto blaster.
He's an iPod.
Eh?
There is iPod ready.
2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Mondays to Fridays live on Ballz.co.za. Ballz.co.za.